Welcome back to Amini Park, everyone. You thought the morning session was a ripper? Well, wait till this afternoon. We've got a classic game on our hands between the Black Bass and, of course, the Mariners, two of our stronger teams in this competition. H tells me the winner of this has got a big chance of going ahead to do bigger and greater things. So it's more than just a round game. It's a game that's going to shape things in the future. So as we see it, the toss has been won by the Black Bass. We've got the Black Bass have won the toss and they've elected to bat first, which is surprising because, as we said earlier in the day, we were anticipating winning teams to win the toss and maybe put the other team in. But a good positive move by the Black Bass coaching team of Mahuru and, of course, Cecil as well, being an important part of the decision-making process for this team. Up against them, of course, a very experienced team of Mariners with Assad, and we've got all the list of players that have had a fair bit of experience, not only at the local level, but of course at the international level as well. So this shapes itself as being an absolute classic. Weather is good. We had a look out the back towards the east, a bit of cloud, but nothing like we've had earlier in the week, and it does shape itself to being one of the games. Interesting, from the start I went out and had a good look at the pitch. It hasn't changed colour much, but it didn't do anything too much. I think really it's going to play better in the afternoon than it did in the morning. So the usual conservative feel to start off. It has to be conservative, and of course coming into bowl, we're just getting our run-ups right. And it was interesting to see that the bowlers were for longer runs when they're measuring out, so they're going to be very active in the way that they get back to their bowling mark. Well, umpires today, of course, from the Manu end we have Tima Awala, and from the Vicini end, Raka Ipi, two well-known local umpires who are very excited about being put on the big stage today. As we said, Black Bass won the toss and elected to bat, and in we come for the first delivery. Slightly down the leg side, a very optimistic peel for LBW, not out. Just getting the scorers up. Of course, our opening bowler is Moria. A very common name is Moria. In both the teams, Bao and Karoa are opening the batting. Karoha. That's going to be a hard one. I'll call him PK. Bao to face. Slightly short outside the off stump. Bao's feet weren't moving. He needs to do a bit of a jog around there. Get the feet moving around. Igor Moria, Central Province lad. Left arm over. A lot of left-hand bowlers presenting today. This one pitches on the middle and sort of straightens up slightly, thickish edge to backward square leg, and Bowers off the mark with a single. With Karohoa on strike. No, H is very impressed with Karohoa. Karoho.
Yeah, Karoho.
PK. Left hand, right hand batting combination always causes a few problems in the initial start of a bowler's run. Changing his line and length. Fluid, active run, left arm over, wide on the crease. Punch to the covers, well fielded. No run. Bit of extra pace in the opening bowling attack of this team, the Bass team. Here you go. Who? Here we come. Moria. To PK. Locks up. Chups is looking very confident out there, isn't he, H? The old Chups. I call him Chups, but H calls him Chupa. I've abbreviated Chupa to Chups. Why they call him Chupa, H is going to tell us later on. It's probably got a backstory of that one for sure. But an experienced opening, both barrows in their own right, H, over the years, so very experienced combination here. H puts his glasses down. And in comes Igor. Oh, bit of in swing there. The peel for court down the leg side. That's the old down the leg side. I don't want it to be a wide trick. Must have clipped a bit of pad there, I think, on the way through, H. Is that correct? Yeah, because otherwise it would have definitely been called a wide. Timawala. Right. 1 run off the first over. Val on strike. Again, looking at the first two teams, maybe 120 is our benchmark for this second game, with the pitch getting better to bat on. I might think it might even be up near the 130 mark. That would be wonderful if we had a chase in the second half of today where they're going for 130. That would be awesome. It would be great for cricket here in PNG. Good total. Charlie into bowl, right arm over the wicket, medium pace. Rushes Cecil Bell a little bit there, but he pushes it to square leg, an easy 1 run. Chopper on strike, or as H likes to call him, PK, the chewing gum. Your usual typical of game. 2 players out. One just like a short third man, and then you've got your wide leg down the leg side, a fine leg. Strike being rotated all right at the moment. Bow on strike. Charlie's gone for 2 of his first 2 deliveries. Nothing to worry about here. Nothing sensational. Charlie, right arm over the wicket, bow on the front foot, pushes down the ground, and that one is sort of ricochets off the mid on over to the mid off, and they push through for a single. PK Chopper, in he comes, here blowing in the wind as he pushes through. This time he's bowling to PK. Bit of a half appeal, nothing there. The umpire just shakes his head. Not out. Again to Baroka Motors. As I said, there's a great advertisement for our game, and thank you for being part of it. Our second round today, weather interrupted sessions, and he comes once more. Charlie pushes that one onto the stumps, and it's a lovely cover drive there, beautifully played. A bit of discrepancy here. Did it hit the rope? Didn't hit the rope. We're waiting for the bowler to make a decision, or tell us. The bowling end, it is 4 runs. Okay, so the umpire at the bowling end made that decision. Not quite sure if the fielder knew where he stopped it or not, H. I'm not 100% sure about that one. But that was a glorious shot. PK happy with that one. Nothing much wrong with delivery. A little bit over pitch, but geez, that's a spanking shot for the second over of the game. It's beautiful. And a real cricket shot, not a slog. Want some more. Charlie into bowl. Slightly shorter this time. This one pulled down to the short third man. 1 run. And that's the over. So after 2 overs we have 9 runs. Bow on 3 and PK on 6. 4.5 per over. Maintain that, you'll be up around about 100, which I think we'll get a little bit higher on that. The pitch is playing well. Interesting to see how many spin bowlers we've got bowling in this second match today. It's very much the dominant form of bowling in the first game. Hopefully we get to see a little bit more of spin because the pitch is taking spin. But we have Moria with his second over. Bowling to PK. Chapper pushes that through, a chance for a run out, and it misses. And we've got overthrows here. Will it go for 4? H is looking. Just pulls up short of the boundary line. And they come through. In my estimation, 3 runs for that. Worth a fling at the stumps, that one. We're not going to get a replay, but it did look pretty close. If it had hit, it might have been a umpire's call there. I think we do have another look. Slightly over. Yeah, I think he would have been in strike, H. I think he would have been in strike, but maybe worth a risk for the wicket. In comes Moria. A big hit that time. They know the fielder's up. There's a chance outside of the reach, and again it plugs itself into the ground, and 2 will run. Like we stress, guys, if you're new to the 2020 format, you only have 2 fielders out of that inner ring, 30-yard ring that runs from the batting crease to the extremities in the inner circle, 30 yards in total. Yards because when it was designed in England. That was the measurement they used, the old metric measure, around about 26 metres. So they do use yards for the measurement. In comes Moria. Push down to the onside, the mid-off runs across fields and gets it back to the bowler. So good rotation of the strike, a very, very chirpy start to this game. None for 15 off 2.3. That lends itself, if we don't have a fall of wickets, for a score well up above 120. Chapper on strike, PK. Leg side, wide, easy decision for the umpire. Tried to get that extra bit of pace there. H put his hand up for the first time. One of the key factors of 2020 is not 20. Just lost that picture for a bit of a fling and a miss at that one, so we didn't miss much. Yeah, vital part of the game. Remember when it was first being played, and test bowlers would play 2020 cricket and bowl lots of no balls, which they thought had got away with easily in test match cricket, but in this form of the game it can lead to 12, 18 sometimes extra deliveries. So very much stressed on not overstepping that front mark. Oh, that has swung in sharply at the end, so still a bit out there. A new ball, remember, still humid conditions and muggy out there still, so we should see a bit of lateral movement through the air and still a little bit off the pitch as well. Some of the swing deliveries, spin deliveries today really did grip and turn off this pitch. That's not unusual though. We've noticed in the tournament so far that Barney loves to get a bit of spin, make it a competitive pitch for everyone, which I think is really important. In comes Moria, left arm, gets closer to the stumps this time. This one's gone up in the air to cover, and he's gobbled that one up, and that's a key wicket. PK out for 9, playing an Atlantic shot. Obviously a bit of movement in the air, never quite got full force onto that one, and out for a brisk 9 off 10 deliveries. A couple of good shots in amongst that, but this time he's tried to whip that onto the onside, got a outside edge and straight up into the air to cover and gobble up there. Opening partnership of 16 runs. Cecil's still there. Bowie's going to be the mainstay of this innings, a little bit like we saw in the first game. And Varghese really did lead the way. Our new batsman is Talapia. lay boys out there. It's a great filler for cricket PNG when you have guys from all over the country playing this form of the game. It just shows you how the game is growing across the land. And lay, of course, the northern heartland for cricket. Asabala coming into bowl. Again, we use that word laconic. It means very relaxed. Probably off 4 steps. In he comes, bowling his little offies. Again, pushing onto the quickly onto that leg stump and rushing the batsman. I'm sure these two have faced each other a lot over the years. It'd be a real challenge, a real battle. And again, a big pair for LBW, but you can see the keeper's up. Assad just goes back to his crease. He understands that was never going to hit the stumps in a million years. Assad. PNG's greats. Watson. I got inside that one quite quickly, got a bit of air on that, pushed over mid-off, and they jogged back for 2. Always safe with only 2 batters out, as long as you get a decent hold of the delivery. Just like yesterday, a few weeks ago, we saw Assad bowling in Werribee against him, playing for Endeavour Hills. Now he's on the sacred soil of Amini Park once more, where he belongs. Again, Cecil slashes that one through the off, and they'll jog back for 2. Scored 1 for 18 off 3.3. We're up to 20 runs, 1 for 20 off 3.4, and in comes Assad. Right arm around the wicket, wide on the crease this time, straightens the ball up as it pitches on a good length, and with his height, a little bit of bounce. Over the top spinner, and here comes once more, the 6th ball of the over. Push on the leg, easy run, maybe. That is out. That is out. And you can see Cecil is so disappointed down the other end. He's sort of the one that called that. It's one of those ones that goes square of the wicket, H, and who calls. The umpire was very definitive in that. Originally we thought easy run, then maybe not. That brings it to 2 for 20. Have a look once more. Let's have a look. Picks up, throws, takes. Close call, but you could see by the reaction of the batter that there was no arguing, no dissent whatsoever, just a good bit of fielding. Picks up, cleanly throws, keeper takes. I want to see that one again side on, H. What do you reckon, mate? H is going to get a camera on the side for us, he reckons. He reckons he's going to get some sort of helicopter flying over at stage. Now becomes the mainstay of this innings now, which he probably was anyway, but with Goober there was a lot of experience, a lot of Barramundi experience there. It's a collective noun for Barramundis, H. It's called a school of Barramundis, eh? There's a definite school out there, some really good educators out there with the cricket game. Right arm over the wicket, Charlie's coming this time. Might be handy if he informs the batter he's doing that, because we had the batter on the same side. It's an education process. I think he was going to bowl it with the batter on the same side as him. That would have been fun. And I think the umpire needs to put that left arm out. If he comes around the wicket this time, we'll really be confused. Yep, there's a bit of a wave of the arms there by the umpire. Right, Ippy, get that arm out, fella. He had the wrong one out. Oh, that is funny. Charlie. Right arm over the wicket. Full pitch. driven back past the bowler, ricochet rabbit, and the Kira Kira boy gives up 1 run for that one. It's a good header here, H. Very jealous. This brings Cooper on strike. H has just leant over and pointed to the name, and then he's pointed to where he's from. I knew he was from Pari. I've met him in the nets before. He was the one we interviewed, wasn't he, H? Yeah, he did a great job. Lovely guy. Talked about how cricket changed his life. Charlie's in. Slower ball, wide outside the off stump. Bit of a leg break action on that one, mate, and that's a wide. Well done to umpire Raka Ipi. Guba's still on strike. Said the second best batsman to come out of Paris since him. So, not sure if that's true or not. Here he comes. Right, pushes down. Quick run on the off stump, and they've jogged through for 1. That's good running. We stressed in the first game, if you are affirmative, push it wide, the fielder's far enough back, there's a run there 90-95% time. It's sort of a good risk to take to rotate the strike. We have the left-hander on strike as well, which is a good rotation because left-hand, right-hander makes the bowlers have to readjust their line length with every delivery, and the fielders having to run around to different positions too, so it slows the game down a little bit. Once again, Charlie, right arm over, punch through the covers. This time it's Brett in the field, and they'll get 2 runs easily. Will they look for 3? No. Do a bit of history lesson tonight myself, H. I found out about this Cricket Max from New Zealand in the 1990s. I want to see what that's all about, what the rules were. Again, push third one. Field's deep enough to get one there just about every day of the week. So with the history of this 2020 game comes a new set of rules. They change each year, don't they, H? So this game is still evolving, and we're going to be promoting over the next few days the Creo cricket form of the game, the junior form of fast-paced cricket. And of course, some of our players will be here on Sunday. Right arm over the wicket. Rolls the fingers on that one. Umpire thinks about calling that one a wide, but the fumble is there and no run out. Good thinking though. Sure, has the umpire called something for that one, H? Let's have a look. He hasn't called wide. Has he called a bye, I think, has he? Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why he called it wide. Here we come. Charlie in. Up, and a good AFL mark. Taken beautifully. Again, 3 for 27 now, if my calculations are correct there, H. Again, good solid bowling. Charlie's deserved that wicket. We've got 1 for 14 now off his 2 overs. Again, it's nothing special in the delivery, but just in some ways a pretty poor shot. Tried to get over the top. If he did, he was only going to get a couple of runs anyway with the way the ball was travelling, but that's the game. Just never quite got it over the top. That's a good overhead mark. That's a mark of the week, that one, H. Assad going to continue as he brought someone else to bowl. I think they're changing the bowlers round willy-nilly here. New bowler comes in, Assad's taking himself off and introduced Aru into the attack. whistle out for, and now comes in. Just check my pronunciation there with H, because otherwise I'm going to be in trouble. No. So I've got no one now. This is no. Paddy no. Sorry, Paddy. I'm getting all these new pronunciations. I'll tell you what, Paddy, it's a lot easier than when we're doing the UAE teams. We had to practice for 3 nights with that one. Roro in, right arm medium. We'll skid it through with his height. And he comes, pushes that one just short of a length, pushed on the offside by the batter, and they do they. Cooper on 1. Now the non-striking in, Cooper facing out, 1 from 4. Bit of sweat onto the ball, onto the knee, onto the pad. Bit of shine, right arm over the wicket. And they push onto the onside for 1 run. 3 for 28 or 5.3. No take strike. Another boy from Pari. They can make their own team, couldn't they, if they wanted to? They want to create their own test match team. H is their coach, right arm over the wicket, a slightly shorter one. And a bit of a peel there, but no cigar. Definitely not. Whippy little action, hasn't he, HR rule? Grew up in Pari, is that correct, mate? Learned his trade on the playing fields of Pari. Over the wicket comes Oru. Slight stutter in the run up. Short of length, push back with a point, and an easy run through to the short third man position. Running to his right and collecting and throwing beautifully back to the keeper. That's the end of the over. Not much damage done there. A good over, good opening over from Aru. Do we have Charlie bowling his next over, or do we have Assad coming from this end? Still to be determined. The worm, a pretty typical worm there. The big worry there is the cluster of dots after the 3rd over, so consolidation now will be the cause, or maybe their aims have been recalibrated, so maybe you're looking now for a total of 110. That would be a good case scenario, but you never know. It's Suram actually coming in here from the Bassini end. Right arm, let's just check. Yeah, right arm over the wicket, or is he coming around? The umpire's moving everywhere at the moment. Checking block, moving in front of the bowler, waving to the scorers. He's having a ball out there. Suram. I want to meet umpire Rucker, happy after this. Right, that's what you call the give me delivery. H loves that one. We were bowling a few of those in the nets last week, H. That is 6. That is a big boy. That's Majella Suram from Leh. He's probably nervous as anything. His hands would be sweaty. He'd be hoping now with 6 off the first deliveries he can deliver a 5 dot balls after that, but that's very much loose the rubber up. Have a look at umpire Rucker Ippy there. His arms above his head this time with a better length. caressed down to. Oh, the fielder's coming too far. Oh my goodness gracious me. I think they got... That's a let off, isn't it, Hates? That is a real let off. That should have been gobbled. That should... Hang on, have a look at this. Caressed outside the off stump, but he's come right underneath the ball. I don't think he picked it up till late, Hates. I don't think he picked it up till late. And he comes once more. That's a wide delivery outside the off stump. Called a wide. And saw him struggling at the moment. Hopefully he can find his line and length and draw back in here. Well pitched up. This one was chipped back the ball straight up. That one's gone in no man's land for one, so very lucky over so far for Goober. Patrick it is, Patrick Knowles, I apologise. Yeah, I think he's happy he's down the other end actually. It's been a very shaky mixed bag 10 so far. In comes Suram, short, punched and more like the line, and we know we can bowl. It's a run out chance and not quite. It would have got umpire Rucker Ippy's blood running through there. His heart would have been pumping. That would have been a close call. Let's have another look. Hates in, throw. That would definitely need to be watched on the screen, Hates. It would definitely needed to be watched on the screen. That's the end of the over. We're just trying H's glasses on here. We've got a new competition happening there. In my bag of tricks, we've got a bag of Jaffas, guys. So every time a wicket falls, H is allowed to have 3 Jaffas. So we'll get them out of the bag in just a second. Looking at the score, 3 for 40 or 7. No on 10, Goober on 3. Run rate 5.71. Overs remaining 13. Frank coming in for his first over. It's like a parry festival here today. Looks like it's amazing how you can see by the way they flick the ball around their hands what they're going to bowl. So in he comes, and as predicted, leg break, and it was a wide one outside the off stump. Position and run. It's always been the same with leg spin bowlers, and this if you're Shane Moore, and very hard to get the things right just in that first couple of deliveries. It is an art form within itself, and he comes at minimum of effort in the run, and he's found his spot. There's a big appeal for caught behind, and that is out. Goober is out, and that is a gun of a delivery, mate. That was a ripper. That is a good one. I reckon that's gripped and spun and jumped. This is one we've got to analyse on the big screen. But Frank very happy with that. He sort of pushed at it, didn't he? Just pushed at it, and there's definitely an edge there. Go for Frank. A lot of loop in that one, above the eye level, push, edge, caught behind, beautifully taken by the keeper, and that's given out by umpire Awala. Big smile on the face of the bowler Frank on that occasion. He knew he bowled a bit of a Jaffa there. Jaffas, H. The Jaffas are coming out. You will hear the bag open up. We try to educate them here in Australian parlance. A Jaffa is a great delivery, and I reckon that's a ripper. So that's a 3 Jaffa delivery. H is going to smash 3 Jaffas down. Beautifully orange, I'll just describe it out to another one. Just watching the next delivery, pushed onto the offside to deep mid off and through to one runner. Jeff is a bit like a big Smarty, I suppose you could describe it. A bit like a mini cricket ball. Orange on the outside, but delicious chocolate on the inside. From Allen's, we won't give them a promotion at this stage. Hopefully they can give us a few more Jaffas and we'll start saying nice things about the mates, mate. In once more, Frank to Noel. Oh, that's over pitch. That's smacked. That's smacked to where it belonged to be smacked. Hates that through cow corner, deep mid wicket, 6 big ones. So Patrick Noel on to 16. Now, one thing he's done really well is when he's copped a bad one, he's really given it the old heave-ho, hasn't he? Hey, and that's value for money shots. This time it's a better delivery, pushed onto the offside. Just got through the backward point there and they've run for 1. And that's it. 4 for 48 the score. We'll double check that, sometimes they come in a little bit slower. 4 for 49. But the wicket, Cecil Bell was the main thing that's overrun. He kills any spin there as Nami. And that's over. Nami is on strike. He's off the strike now. And the score, double checking, looking at our bowlers regime here at the moment, a list of bowling. It's been a chance for everyone to roll their arm over at this stage, aside giving everyone a crack at this, including himself. Surham's coming on action. Let's double check this. Surham's going to buy Nova, or is it Assad? I think it's Assad, it is. Number 15, the captain. I've watched, spent some Sundays watching Assad and Saturdays as well, bowling for Endeavour Hills in Melbourne in the district cricket. Very polished performer, all-rounder. Which threw for 1 run. Great to have him back in Australia, back from Australia playing for PNG. Isuzu comp. Yeah. Again, if he's playing district cricket 80 over game, he would have had a couple of short fielders in there for that one, but in the one-day format of the game, the 2020 format, you just don't have that luxury. Put through a bit quicker, manoeuvred around onto the onside to square leg, no run. That's more Assad into bowl. Bit of loop on that one. Uppishly. Just dropped short. No run. Okay, a wily old bowler. Maybe he did get a hand under that one, Hayes. Once again, he's called that a wide. Obviously no touch. He's given it a old heaver, jumping in and holding the catch. That's a beauty. Wowee. Is that Charlie out there? Charlie is running around 25 metres full pelt, dive full forward, grabbed it underneath the hands and took an absolute blinder. So as far as I'm concerned, the highlight of today has not only been some solid batting by a couple of our batsmen, but the fielding standard's been really good in most cases. That time he's under 1, 2, 3, 4 years, taken about 15 and had to make the big lunge at the end. So that's a great catch. Saad would be happy. 5 for 51 the score. Bala gets his first 5, now out on 18. And Nami, now and no. This is going to be interesting. Now we'll be facing, or did they cross over? Let's have a look. H is exploring the Jaffas at the moment. He's got his 3. I'm going to give him 3-4 more jaffers for that catch, H. So he's up to 6 now. That was definitely a jaffer of a catch. And we're right now, it's on strike. No, the non-strike is in. Assad has one more delivery in this over. And it's to the new batsman now. And he comes right up around the wicket, loops that one up. A bit of drop, a bit of spin, a bit of everything, and that's a really good over. Pity about the wide, it would have been one for, so nearly a wicket maiden, but not quite, but still a great over. Keeps the pressure on the opposition. Big job now for these two accomplished batters or capable batters. Hopefully they can bat right through for the 20 overs with plenty of overs to face, nothing silly. No excuse for not to get to 100 if they can bat through, maybe 110. But Oru's got other thoughts about that. He gets some more shine on that ball so he can get some swing. No one strike. Short. Appeal for caught behind and he's been given. No issues with that one at all. So another wickets fall, 6 for 51. Who would have predicted this? Six for 51. Coach Mahuru will be very disappointed back in this play so far. Okay. I think a bit of an under edge there, H. Do you reckon? Under edge? I'm not quite sure. A bit hard to see on the screen. But I know that he's disappointed with that effort. Let's have a look once more. Under edge? Yeah. So a good catch by the keeper. They're always hard when it's an under edge, but a bit of extra bounce on that occasion probably did no in. Moria coming in now. Just looking at our batting script there, guys, you can see that only the two batters have got over the double figures. Now not out naught, and of course a new batter coming to the crease. Yet to face a delivery. There's our Manhattan, so a couple of impressive overs, but mixed in there a couple of very disappointing overs as well. So the wickets, you will notice, are part of those disappointing overs on a lot of occasions. So here we go. Second ball of the over. New batsman is Moria. Kabul Moria. HB boy. This one's wide of the off stump, quarter wide. And one more. Moala is very experienced at this sort of cricket again outside the off stump, slightly closer on that occasion. Umpire thinks about it and says, nah. He could have reached that one. Some of the heartland of us P&G cricket out there at the moment, Pari and HB boys batting together. I agree with him. Our next delivery short, through to the keeper, no nick, no run. A case of now Moria getting his eye in, letting himself have an over or two, and then make an assault at maybe the 12-13 over mark. But at 6 for 52, you're stuck in a mindset of what do I do in this situation? Bat it out, keep playing my shots. Here comes Oru. Let's push to rush him a little bit, pushes on the onside, an easy one. left-hander on strike now. Lek one now. Been a pretty impressive start by Oru here. 1 for 4, 1.4 overs. He comes right arm. Tries to angle it across the left-hander, but he gets it onto the onside. Run one quickly and no chance for second. It's a little stutter about halfway along his run up here. We'll have a look if it's a normal thing or is he hitting a patch of bad ground as he comes into bowl. Didn't appear to be any wet patches out there apart from where the umpire's standing. In he comes through swing action, linger in that action. Push to the covers, no run. That's where he gets his pace from, that sling. The worm that turned, H wickets bring a down. Let's see, 2 clusters off, 3 wickets, and of course followed by a downturn in the run rate. 6 for 54. Funny how games like this tend to pattern out though, don't they? We talked about that during the women's tournament when a team struggles to get runs and maybe he gets 20 less than what they expected, the other team come into bat and find the same difficulties. So let's see how things pan out. Saad for his 3rd over, 1 for 6, and bowling to now. Okay, we can see the loop, a chance for a stumping. And umpire Awala just shakes his head and says, nah, nothing there guys, nothing to look at there. But another beautiful bit of keeping there. Very impressive from the keeper whose name is, testing H. Malcolm Aporo, you were correct. You have 3 more Jaffas for knowing your team, Hope. So, good. Oh, and that was a chance. Deep mid off. That's the second of our sides has gone down. He's not saying anything. He's just a little bit disappointed. Beautifully looped up. Simple catch. Unfortunately put down. So Mala in. Beautifully bowled once again. Length, line, bounce. Uses his height to advantage. Time threw him and bowled him. Just shows you what a classy captain it is, H. You know, you could go and berate the fellow who dropped the catch down at mid-off. No, just got back on, got the ball in the spots, the right areas, and picks up a wicket 2 balls later. You'd want to play for this guy. Very nicely bowled. Well, let's put a cat amongst the pigeons for sure, H. 7 for 56. I reckon that score of 100 will be a bonus now. Let's have a look. Gripped, spun, and took out the bail just above middle stump, H. It's a ripper. It's a Jaffa delivery. H has gone for 3 more Jaffas. Game which we had a taste division here, guys. They are delicious. Puka coming into bat now. Wala Puka from the village of Pari. Young, he likes to call himself an all-rounder, but more a bowling all-rounder, as H is nodding. But he's got a very important job here, is to back Moria up so they can get this total to at least 100. Diminutive figure. And he's got to play the innings of his life so far. Takes leg stump. And umpire Ippy goes back to his mark. So I got 2 deliveries to do some more damage to the right-hander. Can he do it? It's been a great over so far. In he comes. right arm over the wicket, floats it up, pushed on the onside, not with enough force to bring the fielder into play with a catch, but still a lot of mystery in the way he bowls. Now he moves in the backward point and a short leg slip. Always thinking a game ahead, isn't he? Hey? And that's a wonderful over. 1 wicket, 2 runs off the over. And we look at the Manhattan there and you can see things tapering out. What's on the top of the last 4 on Manhattans? A wicket. So if you get a chance down to Baroka Motors, have a look at the Isuzu range down there, guys. Some of the most modern vehicles in their fleet have been imported to Port Moresby. So please, guys, if you're a cricket fanatic, please back up Baroka Motors and Isuzu especially. We've talked about the history of the Japanese car company. Started in 1916. In comes Frank to bowl. Little off break, a big appeal for LBW, and that's given out. Moria is out. He's not too happy with that one, but I tell you what, there wasn't much foot movement there. And with the way the ball was pitched, I can't see it not missing middle and leg stump, hey? So let's have another look at this one. I know we're not right behind the bowler, but the batsman looks very disappointed with that call from umpire Awala. But tell you what, if your feet aren't moving, does he move across? Well, H, if he didn't hit that one, that was plumb, would you say? H is nodding too. If he didn't hit it, he was plumb. So maybe he's just disappointed with himself. Hey, let's look again. Yeah, both H and I are nodding, but as I said, it's difficult for us because we're just seeing the bat of the batter, the back of the batsman, and hard to judge. But there was a shuffle across, definitely not too far forward, and that looked pretty plumb to us. Jackson Hera, the Tubes boy, into bat. Tubu Serea. Gomir will be excited to see one of her clansmen coming out to bat. I had the pleasure of working with a lot of people from Tubes at Ella Murray School. Hates great people. Boyo, if you're listening. Mal, if you're listening. I get a good cricket team and we'll smash Parry. That's what I'm saying. Here he comes. Right arm floater. And that's got 2 on the full, and that has nearly split the field. Easy 2 runs. Well done. So Jackson Hero off the mark with 2. Bit of a gift that one. I actually wouldn't mind copping one of those first deliveries, sort of over pitched on your legs. Wilder's not going to call for that one. Doesn't even bother shaking his head. Maybe there's something out there we don't know about, eh? So look a bit disappointed, the keeper. I reckon when Hera's lighted up here, I reckon you can see all 3 stumps. Oh, I tell you, H. Oh, we need Snick over that one. This one's slightly short, punch through the offside, and an easy 1 coming back for 2. Yeah, have a look at Hera's batting stance, H. You can see all 3 stumps. This time he's just about to appeal, but no cigar there at all. Gabba from Parry. We had the pleasure of interviewing the young fella a few weeks ago. Talked about how cricket was his life, now it changed his life for the better. And he said, he seems to bowl a mixed bag of both offies and leggies. H, can you give me a bit of a rundown? Does he vary it with both offies and leggies? But hard to see his wrist action and the actual delivery. So Not out, but a very good over. Once more, started with a wicket. Have a look at this last one, that's a leggy. Ooh, tell you what, that's been very, very sharply. Would have troubled a lot of batsmen around the world. Hates that one, that's for sure. Umpire Ipi sets up the stumps, shuffles back, building up a big thirst at the moment. Is Charlie comes in the bowl, 1 for 14 off 2. Right arm over the wicket, starts off with his slower delivery. He's had a good day, 1 for 14 and a splendid catch in the outfield, eh? Really enjoying today's play. In we come, right arm over the wicket. Driven back past the bowler on the onside. An easy run. Maybe come back for 2. They are trying for 2 and they scuffle through. We don't want another wicket to fall for another few overs, H. We want a game on our hands. Kieran needs a pair of pads that are a little bit firmer around his legs. In comes Charlie down the leg side, appeal down the leg side, not out. A real optimistic appeal, H. I reckon that would have missed the second set of stumps there. He's lucky that they got the pad, otherwise it would have been a wide H, that's for sure. Umpire Raka Ipi's happy, he didn't have to lift his arms on that occasion, he can keep them down by his side. He's fully focused on the next delivery though, and he comes. On the off stump, pushed to the short cover, picked up, no run. Puka. Facing Charlie in. All pitched up, gets that one on the onside. Down to fine leg position. More of backward square leg position for 1. 12.5 overs down, 8 for 63. Fight it out, boys. Fight it out, boys. The motto of Isuzu, the river flows on. Let's flow some runs on before this innings is finished, guys. We don't want an early night. We want H to be here at 5 o'clock. Be home sleeping if he gets home early. Charlie in. Right arm over the wicket. Pushed on the offside. Just back. Awkward bounce. Chance for a run. There's a mix up here, H. They've gone to the wrong end. Now, get back. Oh my goodness me. What was going on there? Listeners, if you get a chance, have a look at the European Cricket League, the highlights of some of those games over there in Europe, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. I'm not going to tell you anything else, but that was a classic from the European Cricket League. My goodness, reached to that. It's got one of those funny bounces we've been talking about at backward point, where it spins at right angle. Good fielding. He's thrown it to the bowler's end. We had one halfway down the pitch, the other scurrying at the same end. It was comedy capers, H, really was. But honestly, H, have a look at the European highlights of European cricket. Commentators just go there to have fun laughs. A lot of the cricketers there are just sort of weekend cricketers, but it's always a big laugh. Oru 1 for 5 off 2. Coming in for his third over, he's bowled really, really well. He has to bowl well, he's from Parry, that's right. And he oops. It's agitated. Here he comes. Little funny movement just there, H, have a look. So cover drive, glorious shot. Beautifully played by Puka. Have a look at his run up here, H, and see what you think. Probably at the 5-step mark. There's a little movement to the left and right, a little lateral movement in the middle of his run. So have a look. Open stance of Hera here, one. See? Little tiny movement. Well, he reaches for that one. Ah, he's off again. This is going to be entertaining, H. Please stay out there for longer. Umpire, he's getting anxious here at the square leg position. I think he's, I'm not sure what that call is, tapping it on the top of your arm. I think that's the call to say we've got some action on here. The open stance of here, you can see all three stumps. I think that's one's over pitch, smacked into the covers, no run. Oops, what's he called a no ball? He's got a free hit. Did you reckon that was over hip height, H? Maybe it was. Free hits coming up here. This will be entertaining. I reckon, I've got a feeling, H, there might be a run out on the free hit. I've got a feeling here. Here we go. Free hit. He's gone wacko. Down he goes. And he's got there. Could have been a run out on the free hit. We talked about if you do have a free hit, guys, there's only two ways to go out. That's run out, or if you stop the ball and hit it a second time. So they're the only two ways, as far as we know, you can go out on a free hit. Maybe obstructing as well, I'm not sure, you can't get caught anyway. So that's a thick outside edge down the third man and a run. Both Hera and Pook are batting very much like tail enders at the moment, H. It's exciting stuff. Right, in comes Orum. Right arm, roll fingers on that one, slows it up as it comes to pitch, no run. I was talking to young Hera out there, I'd say, mate, take your block again, move closer to the middle and two middles instead of outside off leg stump. And, otherwise you can go outside that off stump, you've got no chance of getting over there. Reaches once more, this time through the covers. Crisply hit, one run. Lots of arm actions out there by Umpire O'Ala. He's spinning his arms everywhere. Actually getting a bit of advice of him. And still waving around. Oh, here we go. Let's have a look at the batting, the bowling lineup so far. Some pretty impressive figures there. And it looks like, I don't think it's Charlie, I think it's our opening bowler here. He's going to come left arm around the wicket. Let's have a look. He is coming left arm around the wicket, angling it into Hera. Just check our bowler again, H, please. I'm pretty sure it's not Charlie. It is too. It's slightly wide outside the off top. A glorious shot down to backward. Whack backward point, deep backward point, and one run. Let's go, boys, let's bat this out, let's make a game of it. Down to mid-off, one run. I know we didn't get a chance last year to say congratulations to Barocco Motors for their 60-year anniversary too, so well done guys, 60 years in Port Moresby. We didn't get to say thank you for your support, we were saying it now. We did have a big PNG Independence Day celebration for 50 years, but you guys have been there for the whole lot of it, so thank you Barocco Motors. Left arm around the wicket, slightly over pitch, thick outside edge, down to third man, scurrying through for one, and they'll be happy with that. Yeah, so great supporters of cricket, great supporters of sport all round, H, so very, very appreciative. Warrior, left arm around the wicket, Bit of a picket fence he's building up here. Down the leg side, that one straight away. Have a look at that. Raka Ippy wasn't going to miss that one. He's done left, he's done right, he's done the full 360 of wide calls there. He's laconic, isn't he, hey? He trained Lacani, has he? Yeah, sure he has. The decision making's been great, guys. And that's what we want. We want umpires with a bit of personality, don't we, hey? Like Dickie Bird and New Zealand with the arthritis in his arm, mate. He was good. And they come. Left arm around the wicket. Pushed into the covers once more and 1 run. We lost our, I think, one of the great umpires retired yesterday, Rasmus from South Africa. Excellent umpire. I don't know why they retire. They're still doing such a great job. Good umpires, hard to find. Left arm around the wicket. Angles in, pushed down to third man once more. And these two batters are looking a lot more comfortable now. We've had a bit of a heart-stopping moments running between wickets, but their actual stroke play is not too bad at all. I think umpire Raka Ippy's actually giving him a few batting tips out there. I've never seen that before. Maybe he's telling him not to run on the pitch. That's probably the case. I think he's run down the pitch there. We'll have to have another look at that, eh? He's giving him some advice, whichever way, either batting advice or running advice. In comes Moria, left arm around the wicket. Pushed in again, punched down to third man. It's like Groundhog Day, H, isn't it? The same shot played over and over again, but these batters are doing a great job. And that's over. And a definite picket fence over there, guys. So at the moment, 8 for 80 or 15. Keep going this way, we will get our blessed ton. Definitely 100 runs in, maybe a few more if these two can hang together. See the partnership of 24 building here. It's an equal partnership in terms of runs. They're both doing their bit for the team. So well done, boys. Keep it up. Oru, leg spinner. A lot of bounce, a lot of spin at the moment. So it's coming right arm over the wicket as umpire Owala explains to the batter. We've got Puka on strike, and he comes. 3 steps, zips it through, rips it through. I think that one went on with the arm, a quicker ball. Again, the keeper, very impressive, H. Very impressive. He must be from Pari, the keeper. Is he from Pari?
The keeper?
Yeah.
No.
Anu Abada?
No. He's from Central.
Central man. Hula? Hula, I like saying hula. Cut through the covers and an easy run. Error on strike. Get those pads zipped up there, mate. Open stance. Watching. He's got that one slightly short. It's been sort of a punch drive, a square cut punch drive through. It's a new shot, H. That puts Puka on strike. Over pitch, hit on the onside, and probably only the 1 run there. We're happy with that. It's evened it out. It's like they're having a race here, guys. Both on 10 or 15 deliveries. Have a look at that, H. And some symmetry there. Do some maths on run rates, I think. We're doing a lot of maths in the office at the moment called cricket numeracy. You don't often see that when both players have faced 15 deliveries are both on 10. Unfortunately, that's changed now. It's got rid of it, but we've got a chance to equalise that again. Over pitch, pushed on the onside, and we've got our pattern back with us, guys. Don't run two. Yes. Both deliveries, both have faced 16 deliveries, and both should be on 11 runs. I love them. H loves maths too. 8 for 85 or 16. Wouldn't it be good if they kept that going for the next 4 overs, H? That's what we're barracking for. You see, guys, it's the worm is starting to level out again. This is good. This is good. Coach Maharu would have stressed to the two guys coming in, be there at the end. Be there at the end. Start barking orders, telling his team to get into this position, that position. He's 100% right. We need another wicket now. We don't want them getting over 100 because we're the ones who are going to chase that total down. Sard. Right arm around the wicket. Here he comes. Nice loop. Above the eye line, pushed down on the onside for one run. And I think this will be interesting. I think Asada will have his eyes lit up about having to bowl to Hero. I think it'll be a real chance here. Have a look. Comes in. Yes. All I need to say is yes. I think just last this over out, buddy. Last this over out. He does not going to bowl another one. Here he comes. Right arm around the wicket. Oh, he's down the wicket. Then he pushed it on the outside. Chance for a run out. Not out. Whew. That's what we wanted. We wanted JH down the other end, H. Have a look at this. Have a look. It's happened. Oh no, it's wrong. Here is faced 18. Here he goes. Push. Chance. Not out. Well backed up, actually. Well backed up. Pushed on the onside for one. An easy run. That moves Puka on to 13 of 18. And puts Hera back on strike. He's had a windy off at that one. Has he beaten the field? He's gone for one, coming back for two. No. I think H is going to get excited here. No, we haven't quite alleviated that yet, guys. So Hera 13 off 19. Puka on strike. As a matter, I want a dot ball here, H. And I haven't got what I wished for. Just punch backward of point to the gully area, and that's one run. So Puka moves himself on to 14 off 19 deliveries, and Hera 13 off 19 deliveries. Total score 8 for 90 off 17. 3 overs to play, and 100 now looking quite achievable. Once again, well done to these batting pair. The run rate now is up to 5.29. Umpire Wala just puts the bowler's hat on top of his own hat. Aru. 3 overs, 1 for 10. Overs remaining 3. 18 deliveries. What can they deliver? Pushed on the onside, no run. Pitch pushed on the offside, lovely shot, easy run. These guys last over H is going to be entertaining, I can tell you that, hey. It is going to be an entertaining last over if they can stay there for the next 10 or so deliveries. Oro's got other thoughts, so in he comes, that little shuffle halfway through. Again pushed on the onside this time, no chance of a run. Looking a lot easier for these two now that they've been there for a total of 41 deliveries for this partnership. So keep it up, boys. Be there at the end. Give your team a chance. Oro, right arm, over the wicket. Whippy action, slash through the offside, and that should go for 4. Oh, it's stopped as if shot. So 2 runs for very unlucky. That outfield's still slow, H. Hopefully over the next 2 days before the grand final it'll dry out a little bit more and we'll get a little bit more for it. H is pointing here. We have symmetry once more. 21 deliveries, 15 runs. Leave it at that. Okay. Looking for 2, running hard and easy 2 runs. Well, not easy, it's just the fact that the throw was a little bit high for the keeper, so Howard's actually dived there and made it easy. Again, those pads are driving him mad. Obviously a little bit loose on his legs. Maybe not used to wearing them for so long. Jackson Hera mucked up our lovely swingy action once more, pushed on the onside. He's gone for 1. No, it was a call from the non-striker's end. That's over. 4 runs off, 8 for 48, 2 overs to play. And consistent climbing there. The cricket, guys, good cricket. If you weren't here in the morning, H and I predicted, because the pitch had been quite damp, or the surrounds as well, and the outfield being slow, we said a score of 100 might be our benchmark. We then adjusted that to 120, but 100 might be enough depending on the standard of the bowling, of course. Must be hot work out there in the sun. The 12th man's come out with a drink for the boys. I know they've got a fair bit of work in the last 2 overs to try and bring the score up to 110. That would be their aim, I would suggest. Hooker on strike. Puka. We talked about how PNG cricket's evolved through villages, and how Hanawabada, now Pari, are becoming one of the dominant forces in cricket. PNG over-pitched outside the off stump. He smacked that one through the cover onto mid-off and 1 run. Charlie back on. You always tell when he's bowling, it's that hair flapping in the wind. Our favourite batter, Hera, on strike. Could be a cult hero, this bloke, and he comes. Over pitched once again. Corner, easy run, nothing silly. Steady, steady, steady. Ooh, we've got a good game on our hands, H. So my homework tonight, I'm going to find out about Cricket Max. See, where did this game actually evolve? Right arm over the wicket, bowling to Puka. Puka pushes that on the onside. Lovely shot, and well backed up by Hera. Starting to run together well, H. That's scary, isn't it? After some of the near mark-ups at the start of the game, we've now got them understanding each other's running patterns, and that things work. Tubes. Right arm over the wicket from Charlie. Slightly slower. Pushed down to 3rd man for 1. Puts Puka on strike. 23 deliveries faced, 17 runs on the board. We really love him to face the last 2 deliveries, and it's over just for our own sake. Pushes that down onto the offside. Onside, he's got 1. Slight fumble, but definitely no second run there. So we're on 99 runs. We're getting anxious here, H. Will we get to the ton? Hera, 18 off 25. Charlie, last ball of his over, last ball of his spell. Slashed down to just backward a point just there. It's a lovely shot. There should be 2 runs easily there. They come back for the second, and that should be over. Well bowled, young Charlie. You've got around about 7 off that one, which brings you to 1 for 24 off your 4 overs. That's nice figures in a game of 2020 cricket. Last wicket fell at 8 for 56, so the partnership is building here, guys. We could nearly see a 50-run partnership coming up here. One rover to go, and Puka not out 8, not out 20 off 26. We should have Puka on strike to face his first ball of the last over. It'll be interesting to see what his tactics are. I would say he'd be saying to his partner, just same. I'd say, don't try and go out the big hit. Just push it around. If we get 6 or 7 runs, 8 runs off this over, that'll bring us to 110 odd, and that's a competitive total. That is a competitive total on this pitch. Moria, left arm over. And he comes. Slash down the pitch. There goes my theory. Down the third man for 1, which puts Hera on strike. Maybe they will open their shoulders, which I don't know what I'd do in this situation. It's a tricky one, but 102, got to aim for 110 at least. The open stance, a quicker bowler, how will he handle it? Just giving that the old heave-o. It's gone through the covers and they've come back for 2. Very much a typical PNG game. Everyone up here loves the bat, everyone loves the bowl, everyone loves the field, everyone loves the game. So when you think you've got the whole team out, the tail wags in these competitions. It's the same everywhere up here. In a game, Moria, left arm over, the wishes that onto the pads. They're going to run for everything. Chance for a run out. A leg by called and no run out. Right, 3 deliveries to go. Puka on strike. I hope our highlight reels include some of the catches that we've seen today. There's been some world-class catching today at Amini Park. World class. Here we come. Moria, left arm over. On drive. Well fielded. Picked it up. Didn't do anything silly. And puts Hera on strike for the last 2 deliveries. Partnership now of 50 runs. I'm sure their captain and coach and everyone would be clapping that. We had a situation where the game could have been over in an hour and a half, and now we've pushed it out to our full limit of 20 overs. Really good for the game. Well done, boys. Enjoy a nice cool water as you come in. 2 deliveries to go. Hera on strike. Gives himself a bit of room. Pushes that one on the offside. He hasn't caught that. H. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Is that Cecil Bell?
Bubba Frank.
It's Bubba Frank. It's Frank, is it?
Yep.
Sorry, mate, I haven't got anything up on the screen. I'm just guessing here. I'm not going to watch that 3 times, H. I'm going to watch that 100 times. This is the first time in history, guys. I'm going to announce something in just a second. Have a look at this. He has done. Oh my God. Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Now I'm going to say something, H. We've got a bag of Jaffas there for you. That's a 10 Jaffa catch. That is a 10. Yeah, can we keep watching? Which I thought it had gone ahead of him. And then I thought it's gone past him. He's driven straight out, got his right arm underneath it, and plucked one of the great catches in the. Tell you what, if that was in Australia during the summer, they have the classic catches competition, that would have won by a streak, H. That is an absolute gem. Last ball, sorry guys, I'm still rattled. Don't hit it anywhere near that bloke. They come through for 2. And that is the end of proceedings. So we'll just wait for the final score to come out, because my heart's beating at 100 beats per minute, H, for that catch. And the thing is, it wasn't 1 catch, there's probably 5 taken today that are all in that bracket of classic catches for the Australian summer. I know it's PNG. Action of those catches today and send them back home. That is just brilliant. So there's our final scorecard, guys. So I'll be rattling on about one catch, but that turned 111 runs into 108 runs because he really did pull off a blinder just there. So we'll look at our scorecard, guys. A pretty shaky start, but then we got the last batting pair of significance put on a 50-run partnership to bring it up to over 100, and that's now at least we've got a game on our hands. H is getting the highlights together for you guys as we take a quick break. We see the roller coming out to roll down the pitch once more. There's our bowling figures. Have a look at this, guys. Lots of really good bowling. Assad 2 for 13, got 2 for 21, 2 for 18. Everyone did their bit. They bowled 6 bowlers, and that's part and parcel for this game to give everyone a bit of a crack. So thank you, guys, as they walk off. Coach Mahuru Day would be relieved in the fact they got over 100, and Coach Jason Killer, he'd be wrapped with the way his team fielded in that inning. So a fine effort in the field and with the bowlers, and at least now we've got a game on our hands. We'll go to the finish. Thanks, H. Get into those Jaffas, mate. Welcome back, guys, to the Isuzu Cup Championship rounds. Hopefully we'll get a close result today. We're just talking about how long an innings typically goes for, and H told me an hour and 20 minutes, so we want to see the full hour and 20 minutes play here, which will mean it's a close game. Runs required 109, 10 wickets in hand, a solid batting lineup, but they're facing one of the better bowling lineups as well. Big question on my mind: can the Black Bass match the fielding efforts of the mighty Mariners? It'll be very hard, but I tell you what, I've seen some of the best catches I've seen in many a long year today, and hopefully that standard is maintained for this innings. Coach Mahura will change his bowlers around a lot, vary them around. I've had a look, maybe not the same pace as the other team, but they've got a lot of very experienced boys. Moria will be bowling the first over. As far as I can see, we have Lui and Mapolo facing.
It's Aporo.
Yeah, Apolo. Apolo. H is correcting my grammar here, and he's 100% right. I blended to do together, so I apologise, guys, if I make mistakes. Some of these players are new to me, but we will have a game in our hands, especially if there's a couple of quick wickets early. So you can see he's put a slip in, he's being aggressive, and hopefully for the sake of the game that they can keep the runs under control in these early overs while the field is up. Make them play over the top, make them take risks. In we come. Moria, left arm over the wicket. Big and strong, short of the length, pushes it back to the bowler. Dot ball. And a Wabata lad. Wabata lad. Once again, left arm over the wicket, strong, big, bit of movement there, inward movement, and straight away umpire Raka Ipi gets those arms out. He faces us. He waves to the crowd. He's a crowd pleaser. He is a crowd pleaser. That first slip come into play. There does seem a bit of movement in the first couple of deliveries. Can he get one to go away from the right-handed batter? No, he's back onto the pads once more, pitched round the corner, and they jog through for an easy run. It started, none for one. 3 deliveries bowled, none for 2 now, of course, with the wide. We were just trying those hands, those sweaty hands. New batsman on strike. Aporo faces. That's the length he wants. That's the line he wants, just slightly outside the off stump. Not much bounce in that delivery, and well left alone by Aporo. He knows there's not a big rush for these first few overs. Amini Park looking a picture, absolute picture at the moment, in contrast to what it was 5 days ago. Glum and wet and soaking. It's a picture. Have a look at that pitch that Varney's put together for us, mate. And the boys, of course, and the boys. Left arm over. Off stump line, well fielded, but got through that time. Saved the run. H made a noise that time, maybe it. I don't think it with the hand. We'll have a look at that one. It's up in the air. Ooh. Maybe you were right, mate. You have got great eyes. Either that or your screen's clearer than here. Tell you what, just what an effort. Back live now, guys. Score at none for 3. Good solid first over coming up here. Moria got that off stump line, a bit of lateral movement, a little in, a little bit away, confidently placed just at his feet. Not a lot of foot movement there from Loy. I'm sure that Warriors notice that. Loy facing up to Warrior. Medium pace, left arm over. Moves down the pitch aggressively. Thuds into the pads, back to the bowler. A good start. Loy not out one. Of course, Apollo 1-1 as well. No symmetry at the moment though, with 2 and 4 balls faced respectively. Next bowler is Andrews from the Manu end. I was testing him there, seeing I'm getting a nod. Finally Andrews comes in, right arm over the wicket. High left, short of a length, pulled around onto the onside, and that's a first boundary for the innings. Very confidently pulled on that occasion by Apollo. Moves him on to 5 runs, score onto 7, and puts the bowler onto the back foot. We spoke this morning about nothing worse as a bowler of being hit for 4 or 6 off your first delivery, because you've got nowhere to go from there, have you? You're really behind the 8 ball. The only way you can redeem yourself is with dot balls or wickets. So for those sake, we hope he might pick up a wicket or maybe get a few dot balls in a row. He's disappointed with himself with that first one. He knows he can do better. Credit to the batsman though, it's a lovely shot, It's a lovely shot. And he comes right arm over the wicket, again short, this time upishly played, but again no run on that occasion. So the keeper's saying up there, up there, up there, let the ball swing, let the ball move, use the pitch. Don't give them free hits. We've only got 2 fielders out. They've moved the deep mid-wicket into the position now there, big mid-wicket, and strengthen the outer ring of the onside. So let's anticipate that this one will be further up. And it is, that's better. Push the covers, no run. Batting pair looking quite comfortable on the first 7 deliveries of this innings. I think can change rapidly. Andrew, right arm over the wicket, medium pace. This time it's an Atlantic shot there from Aparo. What he was trying to do there, probably hoik it onto the onside with only that one fielder out there at deep mid wicket. We've got deep mid on clear, deep square leg clear. It'd be very unlucky for it to hole out with only the one player on the onside. So I think that is his mindset. I know that Coach McCaskill's been trying to get players to be more all-rounded in their stroke selection, but at this stage not quite. That's a ripper. That is a ripper of a delivery. That's the length he needs, that's the line he needs. Just been a whisker in that H. Very impressive, very impressive. Thank you. Not sure what we're doing with those, but we're impressed. We come once more, Andrew. Whippy action. He's bowling that. Go one's down, goes to 3rd man. That one goes down to 3rd man for 1 run. And checking the score after 2 overs, we have a score of none for 8. So averaging 4 runs per over. Not quite enough to get them there yet, but we know that it's early days yet. Bowling his skin over here, he's looking at the ball, whether the thinkers have gone out of shape or what. Maybe he's just hoping for a new one. He'll be bowling to Aporo at the start of this over. He's on 6 runs from 8 deliveries. So obviously the designated stroke player in this combination, I think, H. So we'll see how he handles the extra bit of pace from Moria. Here comes. Left arm over. He's got that line correct now, just on off stump. What does Damien Fleming say? The corridor of uncertainty, H, makes you a little bit hesitant. It makes it harder to hoik on the onside, that's for sure, especially if there's a little bit of movement either in or especially away. You think about Mitchell Starc, don't you, H? Better bowler now than he was as a 25-year-old because he got the ball moving both ways and discover that perfect length. Very awkward to face at 150 kilometres an hour. Very awkward. In comes Moria. That one's pushed on the leg side. Here we go. This is what we're hoping for. Yep. No one does a wide quite like umpire Iggy. And he waves to the crowd once more. I think the crowd are clapping him every time he does it. I'm going to go and shake his hand after this game, H, and say, that's what we need, personalities. Personalities out there. And PNG's got a lot of umpires with personality, that's for sure. Here we come. Left arm over from Moria. On the off stump, outside off stump, push the third man. Easy run, nothing silly. Back to the keeper once more. Now we have Loy on strike as far as I can see, that is correct. And, Moria hoping to get that first wicket, which could lead to 2, which could lead to a game on our hands, eh? Don't forget, guys, massive day on Sunday. If you've got nothing to do after church, guys, get down here to Amini Park and you'll see some splendid cricket. It's going to be even because we've got the 3rd place and 4th place playing. We can't announce that at the moment. Then we've got 1st and 2nd place playing for the final cup, the Isuzu Cup, and hopefully the weather holds out. It looks pretty good on the predetermined forecast at this stage. The 7-day forecast said there might be a bit of drizzle, but nothing too much on Sunday. We know that's not always the case in PNG. We can't use the forecast as our determiner. But in comes Moria, left arm over the wicket. Pushes that one onto the pads. Chance for a run out, not quite. One of those situations, H, as I've talked about all day, decisive in your running, you usually get there. As long as it's not suicidal, of course. So from what H tells me, a similar format around about a 9:30, 10 o'clock start on Sunday. For the first game, that'll be 3rd versus 4th, and the grand final, of course, being 1st and 2nd, and that will be an absolute ripper of a game. Here we come, Moria pushing, striving. Slightly so up in the air on this occasion. It's up and under, and that's the one they needed. That's the catch they needed. H is nodding. H is nodding, and it's Aparo who is out, and I think he was the one who was probably the most feared of the two in the combination here. So we now have the situation of 1 for 11, or 1-1-1. We talked about that being a very unlucky number for the English, 1-1-1 with Lord Nelson, and that is proved correct once again, H. I tell you, I make a lot of sense. 1 for 11. That was the jinx number for the Englishman, 1-1-1, 87 for Australians. Definitely 13 for the Chinese team. Next batter in, Emmanuel Pocana. He gets his whole name put up on the screen, H. Why is he special? Lucky we didn't have that in the UAE games. It would have gone right across the bottom of the screen with some of their names, H. I tell you what. H and I are studying Indonesian at the moment, guys. If you're out there, we're studying Indonesian, and the fact is we're going to have to pronounce all their names, which could be a bit tricky. So hopefully there's someone who can give us their not an interpretation, but actually a translation of their names prior to their arrival. So welcome soon our Indonesian friends. We have our Fijian and Samoan friends coming too. 1 for 11. Short one, down the leg side. And here we go again, H. To the crowd, to the box. He waves and clicks the run scoring Duvalaki in his hand as well. Wanders up and he's gone for height, that no ball, so I thought it might have been down the leg side, but that's for height. He's giving him one first up. Here he comes. He dances down the wicket, whacks that one on the onside and says, "Take that, Mr. Moria, take that one." I think there might be a bit of history here, H. You'll have to tell me about this, about Moria and young Polkana. Are they teammates?
No.
They're not teammates. One from Pari, one from Central. Tell you what, to give him a short one first up, there must be something there. He must know he's a compulsive hooker, I reckon. He's got that look about him, hasn't he? He's going to push everything on the onside here. 16 of 3 and the very much needed wicket. So well done, Mr. Moria. That's a good start for your team and it puts you back in the ball game here. Ooh, H, I can feel something building here. The Isuzu Cup is really taking shape now, mate. Really taking shape. You look at all the new brands of cars coming into the country. HN to Australia, from Korea, from China. I always go back, go back to the old faithful, mate. Isuzu, Toyota. Tell you what, you can't go past the Japanese cars, can you, mate? Hey, you can't go past. How good are those new cars we've got? The new Toyota vans we've got. Jeez. Again, Andrew's bowling right arm over, well pitched up, and Lloyd pushes that one into the covers, no run. Consolidation over here, nothing silly in this over I can see from Lloyd. He'll be saying to his partner, we're 1 for 16 or 3.1, nothing silly, let's build the innings up. Our target's not a great one, 109 runs. Andrew, right arm over. Swing and a miss. There goes my theory. Wrong again. You can never read a batsman's mind, can you, H? You can see one pitched up like that, you see only one player out there on the odd side, a deep mid wicket, you're going to say, my odds, because this is mathematics, H, there'd be a 90% chance if you get over the infield, it's not going to go to the fieldsman, isn't it, eh? It's a 90% chance. Andrew's in once more. Well pitched up. This one through the covers, no run. I'm going to get a block of chocolate for Gabba tomorrow on Monday. I'm just going to go, mate, that's yours. That is yours. I'm still shaking head over that catch. Still shaking my head. Andrews, right arm over the wicket. Dances down the wicket, slightly slower ball, pitched outside the off stump, and no run. I could just see Emmanuel Picana, he just said, slow it down, mate, steady, 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 steady. Nothing silly, plenty of time. It's not a 6-over Creo match. You can build in a little bit of an innings here, just push and run. And that's why the partnership between the two batsmen at the end of the other innings was so crucial. They did nothing silly, short of a length that time, pushed backward of point, and 1 run. Hey Andrew, really whippy action. What he'll do to Emmanuel Picana on this occasion. Another short one, do you think? Well, let's have a look at the chain. They've still got the deep mid wicket. Over. This time outside the off stump. Keeper up to the stumps, keeps his foot planted. No run. 1 run off the over. None for 6 for Andrew of 2. And the score now over 4 overs, 1 for 17, a run rate of around about 4.25. I'll just check that run rate, but just over understand they've got to get up to 5. That's not a hard task. 4.25, I was right again, H. Run rate required 5.75. And for the first time I'm seeing a bit of spin coming. Pooka's coming into bowl his spinners. Had a look at this boy bowling in the nets the other day. Quite impressive. Have you faced him, H? Wala Pooka? Have you faced him in a game?
No,
Haven't faced him.
not yet.
Not yet. Played for the Barras? Had a role?
He's
In the squad, isn't he? Yeah.
former under 19 that went to
Oh, so
Japan.
experience with the Garamats. Well done. Right arm over the wicket. Left arm around the wicket. Me, I got mine soft muddled up there, H. It's funny because he held the ball in the right hand to start off with, mate. So here we go. He's got it in his right. Push it into his left there. Just couldn't see his hand, mate. Apologise for that. Audience, Pooka in, left arm around the wicket. Bit of flight, bit of height. And it, oh, just in front of us. The slipperiest part of the ground, and the poor guy's gone, whoop. Classic blooper coming up there, but he's got himself up, picked the ball up, and he's got a muddy patch on the back of his pants now, mate. It's a bit of work for Margaret Sabona to do tonight, mate. Get the stains out. That'll get back. In we come, left arm around the wicket, pushes it into the stumps, towards off stump. Good line, good start. Left arm around once more, obviously. Slightly short of that time, put on the onside, and he's given that the old heave-o. See Lakani looking at that one. He was happy too. We've got our 6 being marked, 6 runs. Give him a pat on the back and say, don't worry about that one, mate. You're only about probably about 30 centimetres short there, and he's got right inside that one and given it to him. Beautifully bowled. Good comeback, young fella. Good comeback. Loy on strike. Wala. Okay, slightly short this time. He's got it at square leg. Cleanly fielded. Back to the keeper. 1 run. See how the run rates jumped up to 5.2 just with that last 2 deliveries being a 6 and a 1. So you can see how it can jump up really, really quickly. Vegemite shapes out at the moment, guys. They are delicious. Shaped like little maps of Australia. Right, new bowler coming on, Baloa. Great to see Alatow represented, guys, hey? The East Cape. And great to see all our captains giving everyone a crack, everyone a bowl, everyone a bat. So he'll be bowling his first delivery to Loy, and from what I've heard from H, he's a little bit of a left-hander as well. There goes that theory too, H, and that one's whacked back with a square. Did he get a hand to that? I think he did, and I think he stopped the 4 runs there. So starts in his left hand, moves it to his right, and just looking at his action, trying to get a little bit of cut on the ball, maybe a little bit of off spin. So let's have a look at it more deeply now. The boy from Alatow, flown over here and staying in town for the last week, getting a chance to play cricket with the Barramundis and be part of the team seen up here. So a little bit of off cut there, I think, down the leg side on this occasion and signals the legs, and that is 2 wides. We're lucky Arua here in the room to do a little bit of commentary for us. I'll stand up and stretch, and we'll get him some biscuits as well.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, viewers. Thank you very much for joining us. This is the 2026 Oracle Motors Isuzu T20 Smash for Cricket PNG. Welcome. This is the second game of the day, the second innings in the match between Mariners and Black Bass. The score is 1 wicket down for 32. Target for Mariners is 109 runs. This match, there's a lot at stake in this match, because the winner of this match goes on to play the Kazuwaris in the grand final on Sunday. Messi Bello bowling from the Manu end of the field, and that's Emmanuel Pokana hitting him over the infield down the middle region for a comfortable 2 runs. This brings the Mariners score to 35 on the scoreboard, and keeping the scoreboard ticking for the Mariners. Messi Belloa, 5th ball of the over, comes in, played down the leg side straight to the mid wicket fielder, no run, dot ball. And if I may also add that Messi Belloa is a young talent from the Milimbe province, Alotau town, size 28. Welcome to our friends joining us from the peaceful size 28 Alotau town. Thank you very much for joining us. Thanks to Ismail Garubedidi and Simon Day Whaley doing a very good job down at the east point of Papua New Guinea, Milimbe province. Keep developing the game of cricket out in the eastern part of our country, our beautiful country. We appreciate and thank you for your ongoing commitment and dedication in growing the game of cricket in Alotau, Milimbe province. 1 for 35 after 6 overs, and that's the first power play of the Mariners innings. First 6 overs, 35 runs, cruising at this stage, chasing a target of 109 with Emmanuel Pokana on 6 of 7 balls and Ainui Loy on 15 of 18 balls. Ola Pukar is now in the attack to continue from the Rita Flinkot and hits in the air. Ainui Loy, man coming under the ball and taken comfortably for the second wicket of the Black Bass. And that's Ainui Loy playing a big shot, not required at this stage as they were cruising, but good bowling from Olapuka. Throws it up in the air, ties the batsman, tries to go for a big shot straight up in the air and taken comfortably by the fielder. The Mariners are now 2 for 35 in the 7th over. New batsman coming in for the Mariners is Ian Gabba Frank, the captain of the under-19 Garamuts in 2025. last year when they participated in the East Asia Pacific region under 19 qualifier. Unfortunately, Gaba's team didn't make it through to the grand final, to the World Cup. But his contribution during the tournament was recognized, and he was rewarded with a contract in the senior men's contract program. So this is Gaba Frank, young promising talent, facing another young promising talent, Olapuka. And first ball is a wide ball. Gaba goes hard for it, misses, but the umpire says still a wide, and that's extra runs for Mariners. 36 on the board. Olapuka's second ball coming in. Gaba Frank facing straight down the ground, mid wicket region, no run. Actually cover region of mid wicket. Dot ball. Again straight, but misfield on this occasion. More runs for Mariners. Gaba Frank off the mark. 2 runs for the Mariners. Score now 38 for the loss of 2 wickets. Gaba Frank on 2 runs and Emmanuel Pokana on 6 for Mariners. Olapuka, 4th ball comes in. Defensive shot, Gaba Frank, no run again. Right ball in from Ola Frank, taking 1 for 12 runs so far in his 1.4 overs. He is having a good tournament with a bag full of wickets so far. Another one today brings his tally to, I think, 6 wickets for that tournament so far. Straight ball hits the pad, no run. Dot ball. That brings us to the end of the 7th over. Mariners are 2 for 38. There is the scorecard for the Mariners. Ainuloy 15, Malcolm Oporo 7, Emmanuel Pokana 6, and Gaba Frank on 2. The 2 batsmen that are currently at the crease. And Sesebao, the captain for Black Bass, comes into the attack from the Manu end. Emmanuel Pokana facing, he's on 6 runs, 2 for 38. Mariners tailnetting another 71 runs to win this match. Goes for a big shot down the ground, straight to the mid-on fielder, and no run again. Dot ball. Second ball for Sesebao. Pokana facing, attacking the stumps on this occasion. 2 balls, 2 dot balls. A tight over so far from Sesebao. Third ball gives room to play at it. Straight to fielder. Dot ball again, no run. 3 dot balls. Score remains 38. Pokana facing Sesebao. 4th ball gives room again. Tries to play it on the offside, but straight to man. No run again. This is a good over from Sesebao. 4 dot balls so far, no runs, keeping the scoreboard under control for his team. And 5th ball coming up. Pokana facing, and pressure's done him up, and he's been clean bowled by Sesebao. What a good over so far. 4 dot balls. The 5th ball attacks the wicket more, and he gets rewarded straight through. Bowls Emmanuel Pokana for 6 runs of 12 runs. Mariners loses their 10 wickets for 38 runs. One more ball to go in the 8th over. Good tight bowling from Sesebao. The Mariners have been going really well and have now lost 2 quick wickets, and this brings the mighty Asad Vala Dola to the crease. The captain of the national cricket team, the Baramandis, Asadola Vala is the correct name. Asadola is his full name. Asadola Vala, captain of the Baramandis team, has had a very long career at the national stage, a very colorful one as well. One of the best, or if not arguably the best batsman that has come out from Papua New Guinea, with a bag full of runs and also wickets, and with his handy spin bowling comes to crease with his team at 3 for 38, still needing 71 runs to win this match. Asad on strike. Last ball, Sesebao. Place it onto the offside to the point region, straight to the point fielder, and that's the over ball, dot ball from Sesebao. Mariners at 3 for 38 after 8 overs. Kaba Frank on 2 and Asadola Vala here to score. This is the Boroko Motors Isuzu T20 Smash supporting Cricket PNG, bringing this prestigious Isuzu Smash here on Amini Park. This is a showcase event for Cricket PNG where the talents from around the country in Milimbe, Alotau, Oro, Popondeta, Lae, Morobe Province, Central Province, NCD, players all been brought together in 4 teams in Mudman, Kasawari, the Mariners and the Black Bass. 4 quality teams tussling it out for the Isuzu T20 Smash Championship trophy. First ball, 2 runs from Jackson Hera for the Black Bass has been introduced into the attack from the Rita Flyncott's end of the field. This is second ball, comes in, and Gabba Frank goes for a big shot that looked close. That looked close to me, but umpire says not out. That was straight coming onto the stump. Goes for a big shot and misses, hits the pad, but I think the height was the worry for the umpire, and I think it's a good decision. At the end, third ball coming up down the leg side, umpire calls wide. So for the viewers, the white ball, when it is bowled down the leg side and is not touched by the umpire, and it's called a wide ball. Extra run for the batting side, and the bowling side has to re-bowl a wide ball. 3 for 41. Jackson Hera outside off stump, slapped to the point region, and Gabba Frank comes back for another 2 runs, safely home. 3 for 43, 8.3 overs. Gabba Frank moves to 6 runs of 8 balls, chasing a total of 109. Another 60 odd runs to win this match for the Mariners. Played back side to the square leg region for a single run. Score moves to 44. Asadola Vala comes on strike, yet to score. Jackson Hera continuing from the Rita Flynn end of the field to bowl his 5th ball. Safely played onto the leg side by Asad Vala, captain, for another single run for Mariners. 3-4-45, 1 ball to go to complete the 9th over for the Blackbirds. Cover Frank on strike. Last ball. Outside off stump, slapped onto the cover region, straight to fielder. No run again on this occasion to finish the over. After 9 overs, Mariners are 3-4-45. Cover Frank on 7. Asad Vala on 1. Thank you to our sponsors, TEPNG, MJ Electricals, Nesfan, Pacific Sports for sponsoring and supporting a lot of our programs in Cricket PNG. Pure Water, our good friends at Pure Water, Helen and John McIndoe, thank you very much for your support. Brian Bell, always behind Cricket PNG, thank you very much for your support over the years. Your support enables our cricketing talent to be showcased and taken around the world, carrying the flag of our beautiful country, Papua New Guinea. Thank you once again. Thank you to viewers for joining us. Thank you for supporting Cricket PNG. This is the last competition day for the Isuzu T20 Smash. This is the last game of the normal rounds. Blackbirds playing the Mariners, and the winner of this match will go on to advance to the grand final match between Kasawaris, who have been in good form as the undefeated side of the competition, are already awaiting the winner of this match to play in the grand final on Sunday. 3-4-48. Sesebao continuing from the Manu end of the field. Defensive shot, Gabba Frank. Dot ball again. 4th ball from Sesebao, keeping things tight here. 3 runs so far. This is the 10th over. Gives from beg your pardon, Gabba Frank, misfield by the cover fieldsman, and concedes a wide 1 run on this occasion. That brings Mariners score to 49. Asad Vala gets on strike. Down the leg side again, nicely played by Asad Vala, and that's 50 runs for Mariners in the 10th over. 5 runs so far in this over. It's about bowling. Gabba Frank gets on strike. Last ball played and edged. Ball now rolling down to the fine leg region, and that is the end of the 10th over. The Mariners are 3-4-51, and after 10 overs, that brings us to the technical drinks break of the match. After 10 overs, we will continue after a short break, drinks break. Mariners 3-4-51, still needing 58 runs off 60 balls to win the match. Gabba Frank not out on 11, Asadola Vala on 3 runs. back to Amini Park, the home of Cricket PNG in Port Moresby. This is Cricket Papua New Guinea's Isuzu T20 Smash competition. Day 3 of the tournament. Mariners versus Black Bass match is currently on display here. Thank you to all our viewers, and we want to say thank you to Boroko Motors Limited for supporting the 2026 Isuzu T20 Smash tournament here in Port Moresby. We have a balanced game on our hands. Mariners are 3 down for 51, chasing Black Bass total of 109. Gabba Frank on strike, goes for a back shot. It's outside of the field and it's a maximum 6 runs. Umpire signal 6. That is a good shot from Gabba Frank, good positive shot, as Olapuka has been bowling really well, taking him on. First ball after the drinks break, there you go, and clears the boundary. Gabba Frank takes his score to 70 runs, 17 runs of 15 balls. Asadvala, his batting partner, is on 3 runs at the non-striker's end. 52 runs to win in 59 balls, 7 wickets in hand. 3 for 57, chasing 109 runs to win. Olapuka, second ball off his third over. Gabba Frank goes again for a big shot in the air, safely lands on the field, and another single run for Gabba Frank. Looking positive here, young Gabba Frank, playing some big shots, taking the scoreboard over. 3 for 58. Ball on strike. Nicely played onto the leg side, square leg region, for another single run for Mariners. 59 runs on the board. Gabba Frank back on the strike, and Olapuka, 4th ball. Balls to his pads, glanced down the leg side, fine leg region, short fine leg region. Another single run from Gabba Frank takes his score to 19. Olapuka to bowl his 5th ball to Asadvala and gets on strike. Oh, that is a defensive shot by Asadvala, well outside the post stump. No run. Last ball. Olapuka fields dive onto the ball of his own bowling, ensures the batsman doesn't cross. Dot ball, finish over, 9 runs off the over. That's a big over for the Mariners, taking the score to 60 runs after 11 overs for the loss of 3 wickets. Gabba Frank on 19, Asadvala on 4 runs. Mariners still need 49 runs of 54 balls, wickets in hand 7. The game is in the balance. 49 runs to get in 54 balls, a little under a runnable situation, and Gabba Frank and Asadvala making sure to stay on for their team, Mariners, to win the match for their team. On the leg side, hits down the fine leg region, comfortable 2 runs for Gabba Frank, and introducing Patrick Noel at the man of the field to bowl his first over. 2 runs first up, second ball coming up. Gabba Frank on strike, plays it onto the leg side, mid wicket region, straight to fielder. No interest to run. That's a dot ball. 3rd ball of Patrick Noel's first over. Straight onto his pads, played again onto the leg side, for a quick single. Good run in between the wicket. Good backing up from Asad Bala. Score moves up to 63. Fourth ball of the 12th over coming from Patrick Noel from the Manuel. Asad slaps it onto the leg side for another single run. Straight to the deep mid-wicket fielder. Safely fielded. Returns the ball back to the bowler. 1 run, 3 for 64. 2 balls to come from Patrick Noel. Defensive shot on the leg side. Safely played. No run, dot ball. 4 runs so far. 1 ball to go. Gabba Frank on strike on 22. Straight to his pads. Edged down to the short third man fielder, and that is a single run to finish the 12th over mark. The Mariners are on 65 runs for the loss of 3 wickets. Gabba Frank going really well on 23, and Asad Bala, the experienced Bala, is on 5 runs off 8 balls. That's the WHAM graph showing the run rates and the wickets lost. Mariners cruising home at this stage with Asad Bala and Gabba Frank at the crease. 3 for 65, and Black Bass have now introduced Sesebao on, changing the bowling end, coming on at the Rita Flynn-Cott end of the ground. 3 for 65. This is the 13th over coming up. Sesebao bowling his 3rd over. Gabba Frank on strike on 23 runs. Bit of spin there. Safely played to the cover region, deep cover region, and single run taken. Score moves to 66. Vala on strike now. 2nd ball from Sesebao, bowling his 3rd over. Vala on strike. Straight ball, defended to the cover region, and a quick run from the batters safely home. 67 runs on the board. Gabba Frank on the strike again. Sesebao to bowl his 3rd ball. Straight onto his pads. Defensive shot from Gabba Frank. Straight back to Sesebao. No interest to run. 2 runs so far from Sesebao's 3rd over. 4th ball. It's straight back to the bowler. Another dot ball. Keeping it tight here. Sesebao. 2 runs so far. 5th ball. Gabba Frank slaps straight to the cover fielder. Last ball of the 13th over. 3 for 67. Gabba Frank on strike. Slaps onto the offside of the field. Deep extra cover region. Fielder returns the ball back to the bowler. 1 run again. That's the end of the 13th over. The Mariners are 3 for 68. Gabba Frank on 25. Asad Bala on 6 runs. Keeping it forward, Mariners, and pushing on to victory. But the Black Bass won't make it easier for them as they keep their bowlers bowling tightly, not giving away too many bad balls. But the Mariners are playing really well here with Gabba Frank on 25, Asad Bala on 6. This is the 14th over. Patrick Noel coming from the Manuel and hit powerfully down the fine leg region, and that is a timely boundary for the Mariners by Ian Gabba Frank. That is a good shot A pitch shot from Patrick Knoll, jumps onto the back foot, plays it down the fine leg region, powerfully hit for a timely boundary, and the Mariners moved their score to 72, 3 wickets down. Second ball from Patrick Knoll, played onto the leg side, good run in between the wickets, and that looks close. Safely home, says the umpire. Another 2 runs for Gabba Frank, brings his score to 31. The Mariners are 74, and this is the 14th over. Bowled by Patrick Knoll from the Manuel of the wicket. The replay again, safely home. Gabba Frank on 31. Third ball from Patrick Knoll. Defensive shot straight down to the fielder, well fielded by the wicket keeper, covering for his bowler. Fourth ball from Patrick Knoll. He has bowled, this is his second over, and good run in between the wicket again. Plays it on the gap in space, infield, but nice running, beautiful running from Asad Vala and Gabba Frank. Asad gets on strike, 2 balls to go, 14th over. Patrick Knoll none for 12. Gives a bit of fair, and Vala hits it in the air, and it's been dropped. I think, yes, it has been dropped down at the boundary. That should have been taken, that catch, with the context of the game. That was a hard catch, hard chance, but should have been taken with the prize wicket of Asad Vala on the line. Should have done better than that, but that is been dropped, and Asad plays it safely down the ground to the mid-on fielder, crosses for a single run, brings the score to 80 runs. At the end of the 14th over mark, the Mariners are 3 for 80. Asad Vala on 11 runs of 11 balls, and Ian Gabba 32 of 31 balls. This is the 15th over coming up. Sasebao continuing from the Bissinian of the field. Sorry, I beg your pardon. From the Ritafling Court side of the field. 15th over. We want to say thank you to Boroko Motors Limited for supporting the 2026 Isuzu T20 Smash. Punch down the ground to the mid-wicket region for a single run by Asad Vala. Takes his score to 12 runs. Mariners 81 on the board. Gabba Frank on strike on 32 runs. Plays the second ball of the 15th over straight to Sasebao. Third ball again on this occasion. Third ball Sasebao. A bit of spin there. Rocks on his back foot. Slaps it to the offside. Straight to the cover fielder. And no run again. Third ball again. Gabba Frank on strike. Tossed up in the air, hits it on half volley, but the ball is straight back to the bowler. Third ball again, onto the leg side, and the umpire signals wide ball again. That's an extra run for the Mariners, and the bowler Sasebao is to re-bowl the 5th ball of his last over, straight to the batter run again, hit straight to the fielder. There's 1 ball to go. 15th over, 3 for 82. Tossed up, defensive shot, safely played. No run, that is the over ball. After 15 overs, the Mariners are 3 wickets down for 82 runs, still needing 27 runs in 30 balls. Thank you to all our good supporters, our sponsors from the corporate sector, MJ Electricals, our good friend Mick Harrison at MJ Electricals, thank you for your support, and TEPNG, our friends at Nesfan for supporting Cricket PNG, not forgetting Pure Water Limited for sponsoring the drinks for the tournament. We also have support from Brian Bell in our cricket programs, and also Pacific Sport for the continuing support to Cricket PNG. Olapuka comes back onto the strike from the Manuel of the field. Asad Vala slaps the ball onto the offside region and takes 2 runs on this occasion, brings their score to 84. Olapuka 1 for 23. This is his last over, second ball. Vala on strike, edges it, no slips rigid, and good run in between the wickets by Asad Vala and Gabby Frank. 2 runs. And the score is now up to 86 at the 16th over mark. 4 runs so far from Olapuka's 4th over. This is his 3rd ball. Nicely played onto the left side by Asad Vala. Another single brings his score to 17 runs of 15 balls. Young Gabba Frank looking strong, supporting Asad Vala with 32 runs of 36 balls. 4th ball, Olapuka, the leg side, played onto the mid-wicket region for another safe single. Good run in between the wicket, good backing up from the non-strikers and better, making it look very, very easy at this stage for the Mariners. Played onto the leg side, mid-wicket fielder, no run, 6 overs, 6 runs so far from Olapuka's last over. Last ball coming up, played onto the leg side, straight down to the mid-on fielder, and that will bring the end of the 16th over. 3 for 89. Gabba Frank on 33, Asad Vala on 18. Mariners needing 20 runs off the last 24 balls. We have a good game on our hands as we move into the final stages of this innings with 3 overs remaining, 4 overs in fact, remaining for the Mariners to get their target of 109, and this is a very good match in progress between Mariners and the Black Bus, with high stakes as the winner of this match moves on to play the Kasuwaris in the final of the Boroko Motors Limited 2026 Isuzu T20 Smash Tournament in Port Moresby. And young Anthony Healy comes back into the commentary box to see the last few hours off, and thank you very much for joining me. Hope to see you again on Sunday with the grand final matches. Thank you very much. Take it away, Mr. Hilsey.
Thank you, Rugi. Well done. Put some action into it, hey? Put some fun. Moria back onto the attack with a last-ditch effort. A last-ditch effort for A, dot balls, and B, a wicket, hopefully a wicket. So that brings it down to 23 deliveries to go. And of course, 16.1 overs bowled, 3 for 90. Frank on 33, Vala on 19 off 18 deliveries. And dot balls are the name of the game, wickets are the name of the game. And the man to do it for sure. Kabua Moria, left arm over the wicket. Probably the quickest of the bowlers today. Big, strong action. Swing and a miss, and well taken by the keeper, who was up to the stumps. No mean feat, is it, HA? No mean feat up to the stumps to Moria. But this is a good start to this over. Thank you, Ruki. Still in the box here. Brought some excitement to the game. But as Ruki said, we definitely need to have a good over in this one to bring some tightness back into the game, to make it a competitive effort, to put them back on the back foot. So 2 balls, only 1 run. Let's make it another dot ball here. Add some excitement. Left arm slightly down the leg side. The umpire calls it straight away. That's an extra run and an extra delivery, so that's not what we want at this stage. See Kabua admonishing himself there, slapping the side of his hip, saying that is not what we needed right now. Brings it back to 4 deliveries still left in this over. Tension mounting. 18 runs, 22 deliveries. Let's even that up a little bit. Let's do the maths. Here it comes. Left arm over, outside the off stump. Well taken by the keeper. And Gabba Frank looking for the onside. There were maybe through the covers might have been a better option. He knows that. As Rugi said, high stakes here. Winner goes to the grand final. And of course the loser goes to the repertage game. So I don't know about H. He's nervous, I'm nervous, Rugi's nervous. Left arm over. Slightly slower, pushed onto the offside, and no run. Keep it right on his toes, point on his toes, backward point on their toes, everyone moving in quickly. That's what we want. Dot ball, dot ball. H was doing his Creo cricket chant here. He'd be looking for a 3rd dot ball, because in Creo cricket that's a wicket. Here we come. The veteran versus the young up and comer. Outside off stop again, well taken by the keeper. He fumbled it, but it was stopped anyway. So it's the old backstop shot. The old backstop shot. H, just stop it. Don't let it go through your legs. Don't let it go past you. Now this is evening up. Look at the maths, H. Now we've got 18 runs, 19 balls. H is saying another dot ball here. He's giving the Hanawabata boy a bit of a pat on the back. He's saying, come on Kabua, one more dot ball. Let's make this interesting. Hard to see out the window here at the moment, guys. We're fogging up here at the Amini Park. I think he's nutted him. I think he has nutted him, and he has. That was great bowling. So well done Kabua Moria. And well done also to Gabba Frank. Not only take one of the great catches of all time, he really did put his team with a chance of winning this game. It's evened up now, but there's still, if I was a betting man, H, I would put my money on the Mariners here. You still think they got the advantage, especially with Assad still out there. Thanks again to Rugi for naming all our sponsors there. We've been carrying on about Barocco Motors and Isuzu sponsors as well, Help Cricket PNG. Mick Harrison's crew. Of course our Pure Water team helping us out. We've been well hydrated today, so thank you for that. And now look at this. 18 runs, 18 balls. Assad on strike. Barnabas interface, actually no, Barnabas on the non-striking end. Again, another good strong batting combination here. And Assad with his experience would be telling him just keep calm, We don't have to do anything silly. I wonder why the atmosphere's changed. We have gone to a foggy front window now. H is saying it must be something to do with the air conditioner. We might have to turn it off at some stage here. Oh dear. So we are relying totally on the screen here, guys. So if an outfield catch goes, we won't be able to see the outcome, unfortunately. Yeah, H is going to turn the aircon off to see if that makes any difference, but I think it's on the outside. It's header in. Push just behind the backward square leg position for 1. And it's called a wide as well. So that's a double whammy here. So Barnabas now is on strike, which might be a bonus, but a wide delivery is definitely not what they wanted. Jackson Hera, the tubes boy, he's decided to come right arm over the wicket to the right-handed batsman, Barnabas. Barnabas Maha. Here we go. Right arm. Over. Be sure to swing and a miss and a dot ball. A lot of chat out in the oval now, guys. Tension's mounting. Barnabas pushes that one on the onside. Quick call is yes. Look for a double up, but Assad's quite happy to take the strike in this occasion. I'm excited. H is excited. H is chewing on his Jaffas here and a little bit of a savoury shapes. This is what we're hoping for, a good tight. Let's go back to the runs to win, balls to remain. Let's even that up with a good delivery here from Hera. Can he get that dot ball we so want? Can he get that wicket that would really throw a cat amongst the pigeons? I don't know, H. I'm getting excited. I'm getting nervous. And as he said, we're working blind here at the moment, guys. Just looking through the fog. We're looking at the screen. And he's pushed that one right onto the off stump. Pushed over onto the onside. Across the line slightly. But Assad just uses such a wristy player, isn't he, H? Such a wristy player. He just pushes it onto the onside. For 1. Barnabas. You'd be pretty nervous in this scenario, but of course the bowler's nervous too. The bowler knows one bad delivery can change the flow of the game completely. Here he comes, right arm over the wicket, pushes it on, that's up in the air. Oh, and that's just lodged short of the mid-on fielder. Very unlucky. That was an outshot, H. That was just a scoop up to mid-on. And you didn't need to do that much. Just give Assad the strike. Just give Assad the strike. Anyway, Cecil Bow being meticulous with his leading in. Pushes onto the onside. Happy with the single there, I think. Easy with the throw. Back to the keeper. And the plan now would be to let's exact 2 dot balls from the last 2 balls of the over to even up the comp once more with 2 overs to go. So that would be the aim. Assad talks to his partner Barnabas. He's probably saying nothing silly, no out shots. We don't need to do that. 1 run per ball. The odd 2 when we're over. So that's good, calm captaincy. Hera comes over the wicket. He's rolled the fingers on that one. That's hit back straight past the bowler, and they do scurry through for 1. I think H is getting excited out there on the camera there, H. I think she's rocked the boat. H, what's happening there? Either that or it was an earthquake. We had a quite shudder there. So the good news and the bad news. The good news is they got 1 run off the last ball of the over. And now we look at our worm. Tell you what, it's like one worm on top of the other worm, isn't it? Hey, it's such a very similar in the way it's been progressed. Right, Barnabas is on strike. That was the good news because Assad lost the strike off the last ball of the over and Barnabas held it. And we've still got Morowa with 1 over, his last over, and his aim would be to keep young Barnabas on strike. Now to do that, has he moved the field in? I think he's moved a couple of the outer fielders in because he knows it's stopping the runs now. So I think just by counting, we've got 4 on the offside there, plus the keeper, left arm around the wicket, angling in, it's scooped up, and they do get that run off the first ball. Oh dear. Streaky shot, but a run's a run, and we know that this style of cricket, very unorthodox style of play, can be very effective. So right under Barnabas, he got off the strike off the first ball, which now puts the pressure back on Moria, bowling to the champ. The field disperses again. They're quite happy to give Assad the single here, I think. They'd be quite happy to get Barnabas back on strike and looking to put the pressure on in that regard. Checking through the window, offside, 1, 2, 3, 4. In comes Moria, left arm over the wicket. Slightly on the leg side, it's chipped up high, it's chipped up long, it's chipped up over. That is 6 bad boys. That's a half volley of leg stump, and we know a player of Assad's class isn't going to give up on that. He's not going to let that one go. So H often mentions things like the words game changer, and that really is a game changer because a 6 at this stage of proceedings makes it so much easier. He has really smacked that one off his toes. Took the risk. If he mishit it, it could have gone to the deep forward square leg on the fence there, but really that does make things easier. He needs to get a wicket now. He needs to get a dot ball now. He comes. That's a better line, that's a better length, and that's a dot ball. So looking at the equation, runs to win 4, balls remaining 10. And I know Assad would be thinking now I can just push the ball around, 10 balls to go, 9 balls to go, we can just play around with this a little bit and just get ourselves over the line in a calm, relaxed fashion. Moria. This one's pushed backward a point, they run through for a single. It brings it to 3 runs to win and only 8 balls remaining. Moria still disappointed with himself. You can see it in his demeanour, the way he's moving. Mark, it's one delivery. Things clearing up a little bit since we turned the aircon off too, so thanks to H for doing that. We can actually see a bit now outside. In comes Moria, needs the wicket. That's up in the air, that's high, that's long, that's out. We called that one, we said one thing we need is a wicket because you don't get a run on that occasion. Barnabas out for 4, Vala 28. And I'm just going to check, I hope the umpires were watching, did they swap ends? Did they swap ends, H? Is Assad facing the last ball of this over? And if that's the case, the objective would be to keep him on strike. They have swapped ends, H. They have swapped ends.
Yes, they ran for 1.
Yeah. So I'm just checking. So for my calculations, Assad should be facing. They'll be interested just to keep him on strike. That will again give the equation 3 runs to win off the last over with the new batsman Charlie on strike, and that will make it very, very exciting.
From the updated rule, if you are caught,
You go back.
even if you swap
Yes.
in the middle, you go back and
You don't.
incoming batter comes in.
And faces. Thank you, H. That is the new rule. I know from the olden days that you would then be facing, but H is explaining that the rules changed, 4 or 5 years ago? And you have to face now, it will be the incoming batter facing the last delivery. Right, thank you for the clarification, H. That's why we pay him big money here. Around the wicket, a heave-ho, high diddle do, chance for a catch. Oh, it's landed between them. It's like a rugby match down there, H. Who is it? Is it mine? It's yours. I think they could all see the funny side of that. So now, that was an aggressive shot for your first delivery. I think Charlie was thinking, I'm going to finish this one off. Here we go. It's a replay here. It's coming. They're both running backwards. They both want it. Sorry, this is Isuzu smash cricket, and that was nearly Isuzu's smash of the highest degree. Nearly ran into each other. So let's get back to the cricket, H. We've lost the equation. 6 balls remaining, 1 run to win, and the champion, Asad Vala, on strike. H has turned the aircon on. Oh my goodness, that would have been a disaster. It has been a great game. Actually, both games have been fantastic today, so we're blessed to have such good cricket in our country. So thank you to everyone. Thank you to our sponsors. With 1 over to go, could be over this ball with Hera bowling to Vala. The field is all up. Good captaincy from Cecil Bow. He knows that the only chance is now to block the runs. Pushed back to the bowler. He's Assad playing games here. Is he going to leave it to the last ball? Is he going to keep us tense? I'm still tense. I've seen funnier things happen than this in cricket, H. It could be a tie. It could be a tie. Do we play a super over if there's a tie? I'm not sure. We'll have to ask the match referee. He's flicked that one on the onside. He's put us out of our agony. He's put us out of our misery. And once again, Asad Vala has seen his team home. He's hit it for 6, actually. What a laconic 6. So 2 sixes changed the game. And he's saying, see you later, guys. I'm psyching myself up for Sunday. So well done to the Mariners. Well done to the Black Bass for a fantastic game today. But the class of the Mariners got them over the line with both bat and ball and in the field as well. Congratulations again to the fielding teams. I've seen some wonderful fielding today. I thought young Rarua Takana was very harsh on the fielder out at deep mid-wicket when he said he should have caught that. I tell you what, I would have even gone for it, H. I would have said yours. The poor bloke's run 30 metres, dive flat out, got a hand to it, he said you should have done better. I tell you what, Rugi, if you're ever my coach, I'll revolt after day 1. So thank you everyone, we've had a great day today. H is putting all the highlights together. We won't have interviews today, I'm sure there'll be interviews on Sunday. So as Rugi just said, guys, it's a big day on Sunday. Get down there, go to Mass, go to church, go early or go on Saturday night. Get down here at around about 9:30. The weather patterns look good. That cyclone's over in Western Australia now, so we're ready to rock and roll on Sunday for the biggest day in cricket in PNG for a long time. Domestic cricket I'm talking about. Thank you for H, and thank you H out there. I hope she's okay. She didn't tumble over the edge or something. I think she's doing well. So thank you guys. It's been a fabulous day's cricket. Grand final now, we know it's between. Over to H. Who's playing in the granny?
Kasawari and Mariners.
The Kasawaris and the Mariners. So we'll see who can get that last win under their belt and hold that trophy up high. Have a look at the trophies yesterday. They look sensational. So thanks again to all our sponsors. We'll be giving them a big plug again on Sunday. Get down here and support local cricket, domestic cricket, and let's have a wonderful day on Sunday. See you later, guys.